Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to the JNF Alexander Muss High School in Israel radio station located here on our main campus in Hod HaSharon, Israel. We want to welcome all of our supporters, our friends and alumni for a very special treat this day. We have three of our very most important professionals on campus, our three deans. Can you please introduce yourself, starting with?
Hi, I'm Yardena. I'm the Dean of Students.
Dean of Students.
I'm Rachelle. I'm the Dean of General Studies.
Dean of General Studies.
David Mitchell, Dean of Israel Studies.
David Mitchell, Dean of Israel Studies. The three of you are, I can say, the trifecta. The anchor of our educational and experiential and social program here at Alexander Muss High School. All of you have been here for at least over a decade, right? Yardena, our Dean of Student Life, how long?
This is my 16th year.
16th year, and Rachelle?
Well, I've been at Muss for over 19, 20 years, but in my position, not as long.
So you've been here for close to 2 decades, 20 years, and David?
About 31.
About 31 years, but who's counting? So between the three of you, we're talking about over 60 or so years of experience. Thank you. I was not a good. My mother will be very proud to know. Math is not my strong skill set, but in fact, through your hands over the last several decades have come thousands of students. If we're averaging around 1,000 plus students a year. Literally thousands of students have been touched by your lives. Can you just give us, each of you, a quick couple of sentences of what that means to you to be able to impact so many young Jews? I mean, what does it do for you? Is it of the norm? Are you used to doing this? Or is this something that you continuously get inspired by?
Well, let David answer that question.
It's why we're here. It's very fulfilling. I can just say that it's what makes one want to get up in the morning, to come and to be here and to work and to see how it to see the effect and quite frankly it was far more rewarding as a teacher for those 20 years but every place needs people doing what they do,
and you got to be passionate about what you do.
Yeah, there's passion.
So we can say that we hit the jackpot.
I want to say that it's a very interesting job. When you come here in the morning, you have no idea what's going to happen during the day. Maybe that's what makes our work so exciting. Because we're dealing with people.
I said it's definitely not monotonous.
Yeah, absolutely. We're dealing with people. We're dealing with kids, with teenagers, with whatever comes with being a teenager. And it's just interesting and fascinating to see the kids on the first day of the program and see them on the final banquet at the end of the program to see how much they changed. Even kids that come here on a shorter program have a lot of change that happens to them, and kids that come for an extended program leave here really much more mature and different people, and their connection to Israel is amazing. Yeah,
we've heard that from a lot of the students and especially their parents who send us thank you letters profusely saying how wonderful this program was for their child, both in terms of their maturity, but also in terms of their social skills. Because they're kind of plopped here and spending 2 to 3 or 4 months with individuals living in the same space and learning more about themselves. Rachelle, General Studies Department, tell us a little bit about this department. What is it that we offer our students when they come here for their general studies?
Okay, so in terms of general studies, we try and really align ourselves with what they would be doing in America. We're not trying to do anything particularly different, but obviously in a different setting. They have plenty of opportunities to continue with their AP subjects and their regular subjects, and there are other extra additional subjects like they can take radio station here as well.
Wow.
And in addition, which most of them would not necessarily have done at home, they get the opportunity to learn Hebrew, both informally and formally.
Fantastic.
So it's a different kind of program. You have to be much more independent, but the students really feel that independence by the time they finish studying with us here.
So the Alexander Muss High School in Israel is an accredited academic institution.
Yes.
And that's what enables us to teach all the general studies courses that we provide.
Yeah.
How amazing it is. Many parents don't even know that such a program exists where they can send their child to Israel for an extended program and be able to still gain the credits that they require by their home high schools. That's a huge plus, right?
Absolutely, and we're MSA accredited, so they leave here with a transcript that could be transferred anywhere else.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. David, so you've been here for over 30 years. You've seen quite a lot happen here, both as an instructor as well as Dean of Israel Studies, I should say.
That's true.
You've seen people come and go. If you can share with us what your idea is of the trajectory of the school from its inception, I shouldn't say inception, from the last 30 years, from your time, you've seen it kind of go up and down. We've weathered the storms, if you will. What would you believe would be a great success story 10 years from now? Where would the school be 10 years from now?
That's difficult to predict, because you can, if you look in the last 30 years, we could see from the registration at the school all the different political events that happened and the effect that it had on how people felt. The wonderful thing is that people have short memories when it comes to that, and that there's resilience, and they bounce back. So that if they were afraid of this, that, or the other reason to travel, and it's usually just to travel, it's not even necessarily about Israel, then pretty soon they get used to it again, and they forget about that immediate past, and they come back. It would be wonderful if we could have 1, 2, and 3 campuses, and we had viable numbers for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to look from group to group, from student to student, one by one, and they add up, and what the program does for each individual.
Amazing. So what you pointed out is, I think, very interesting for all of us. The Alexander Muss High School in Israel has been around for 43 years, over 24,000 alumni, and like you mentioned, rightfully so, its history is parallel to the realities on the ground here in Israel, impacted by geopolitical realities and whatever else that's going on here. And it's interesting that we can make that parallel connection. So in 10 years from now, God willing, we'll have 2, 3, 4, perhaps campuses. And our goal is to become the global high school in Israel for global Jewry. If today we get close to over 1,000 from the United States and almost 200 from Australia, and a school from Vienna, and a couple of students here and there from South America and other countries around the world, then really it is to become the global high school in Israel for global Jewry. God willing, for all of our listeners on this show, 10 years from now, mark our words, that's where we're headed, and hopefully that's where we'll be. Barring any other instances or situations that are taking place. Real quick, Yardena. So I actually know you from, 20-something years ago, right?
Something like that.
What was that relationship, and what were you doing then?
I was the director of short-term programs in Yardena.
Mm-hmm.
You actually worked for me.
That's right. That's right. I was I a good counselor? Or?
You were allowed to be honest.
I was just starting.
Yeah, he was at the beginning of his life.
That's right.
Working with Jewish youth.
That's right.
And he worked with me in Young Judea summer programs. We had a very big summer with thousands of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I was on shlichut, and I came back to Israel and found this wonderful job here at the Alexander Muss High School in Israel. I work with kids when it comes to the informal education part. If Rachelle and David are in charge of the more formal education that you can get a transcript for, I'm in charge for everything that happens after the kids are in class. Most of it happens in the evenings. The kids have counselors. We call them madrichim.
Mm-hmm.
The madrichim live in the dorm with the students, and they're in charge of taking care of their well-being while they're here, including also leading different activities, fun activities, educational activities, to get the kids to feel more comfortable together as a group, and also to get to know more things about Israel and Israelis. Many of the madrichim are Israelis that just finished their army service, and they have a lot to give to our kids and do a lot to have a wonderful connection between the kids and Israel, and stay their friends also after the program.
And that's amazing, because really the program that we have here at the Alexander Muss High School in Israel not only provides the academics necessary, but the social activities, preparing our students for college. Rachelle, can you just talk a bit about what that is in terms of preparing and how our students benefit from their experience here before they go to college campus and college life?
Well, I think most of the students haven't actually lived away from home. Maybe they've gone to summer camp or, a short stay away, but nothing like, especially the semester students, have never had to live on their own, deal with their own laundry, organise their own time, work independently without their parents, making sure they've done their homework every night. So all of those things are gearing themselves up and giving them the necessary life skills for college that's coming up very soon after.
That's right. So we're also a college prep course too, in a way, right?
In that sense, yes.
And college admissions offices love seeing those applications of students who spend time away from home, living somewhere else and on campus. That is amazing. So
they have a lot to write in their essay when they write a college essay. There's so much experience that they have here. I think that the colleges get a much more mature student after a kid has been here on a 4-month program.
Amazing. So not only is this institution really an opportunity for a student to forge their link in that chain of Jewish continuity and Israel connectivity, but it also is an opportunity for them to mature, to grow as individuals, as a collective, prepare them for life on college campuses, especially with what's going on today in the United States on college campuses across the country, and for life beyond. It is wonderful. Last question, you for David. What is Zionism to you today?
Wow.
Silence.
It's more than silence.
Zionism for me to listen. That's a hard one to say because you're asking for me. So personally, I came here back in 1975 after graduating college, and I came by myself.
I was born in 1975.
And today I have a wife, 4 kids, 14 grandchildren,
Poo, poo, poo.
a couple more on the way.
Poo, poo, poo.
And
The
so
Shabbat.
Zionism for me is fulfilling my life here in Israel.
Zionism, fulfilling life in the Jewish homeland here in Israel. Thank you so much to our amazing trifecta, our 3 wonderful deans, Yardena, Dean of Student Life, Rachelle, Dean of General Studies, David, our Dean of Israel Studies. We appreciate your time on this station. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, coming at you from the JNF Alexander Muss High School in Israel radio station, here at the main campus in Hod HaSharon, Israel. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you all.